We should be live with, let's rotate this around and boom. Look at that. You get to see the torch. The torch is being held by those strange creatures there, which, by the way, they must have made these statues, built these statues before the great hunt began, before all this nonsense. So that means they knew something about the creatures that would be. They were not surprised by it at all. There they are. They didn't chisel out all these statues and make all this stuff after all this insanity began. It must have been before. They couldn't have done it after. Doesn't add up. Welcome to RealMarcFoxx, the G3 Brigade with G3 Live. G3 stands for Gaming, Grifting, and Gooning. Yes, I'm well aware of the irony of me wearing a shirt that says PC Gaming Master Race and playing a game that's not available on PC. I am going to go ahead and post a link to what we've got going on here so that everybody can see it. I got to dig into some folders because I organized everything, and it's so well organized that I might not be able to even find it. But don't worry, I know where it is. We'll sort these by date modified, so it should be towards the top. And look at that. Boom. I'm going to use this new thumbnail. Link in reply. You got to put those links in the reply. Otherwise, you get deboosted. They hate it when you put a link with the original tweet. They deboost the heck out of that thing. Let's verify that we are indeed live. Yep, there I am. Close that out. We'll refresh Twitch. Verify Twitch is good to go. Twitch is good to go. Awesome. Let's go ahead and minimize that, and boom. Meggie, how's it going? Meggie is always on the ball, coming in with the clutch. Let's go ahead and launch Stream Deck. So I got access to my nice, cool sound effects. Sound effects like...
Fucking thing sucks!
But all of the sound effects come through too quiet, so I need to work on that. Maybe there's a way to increase the volume through Stream Deck. Is there? Probably not. There's a brightness setting, but there's no volume setting. So why all these things come through so quiet, I don't know. I wish I could just boost the volume of every sound effect that comes out of this bad boy. So when last we left off, we were right here, about to open this door, which I believe leads to Vicar Amelia, who might be kind of a challenge. Although I'm wondering if I should go back and do some quick leveling with the 13,496 blood echoes that I have. What's the fastest way to get to a hunter's lamp? That's the real question. A little bit of stutter when we enter some areas. Oh, look at this. We can summon Henriette. So we'll just take our chances. If we lose our blood echoes, who cares? It's something that can happen sometimes. I'm trying to remember. Do I need to wait here? Oh, yes, okay. Hey, look, it's a ladder. Let's go up the ladder. I think I've already done it, but we'll check it out real quick. It's been so long since I've really explored Bloodborne. Oh, what the heck? Okay. Apparently, there was some confusion here. Henriette is confused and thinks that we're fighting these regular enemies. We're not. We are here to fight the boss and only the boss. Alright, let's go. Henriette, come on. Follow me to Vicar Amelia so we can take her down and cease her endless screeching and screaming. Don't go fighting anybody now. Come on now. Follow me. And, oh, look at that. That really cool sword with the hammer. I think that's Kirk's hammer, maybe? I don't remember. I've used that one before. It's pretty good. Notice she's got that torch in the left hand. She's gonna bring the frame rate down a bit. Let's go ahead and bring the frame rate up for you guys to see. Over there on the upper right-hand corner. What we'll do is maybe try out some beast blood pellets. I don't know if pungent cocktail works on her, but hey, why not? Can we poison her? Yeah, shoot, why not? We'll try it. What else could we use? Fire paper is probably not a good idea. You know, I just get that feeling that fire isn't going to work so well on the fire boss. You know what I mean? If the boss is made of fire, it probably isn't going to do a lot of extra damage putting fire on there. What do you guys think? Fire on fire? We have the saw spear, which is an excellent weapon for her. Pretty sure this is the fight with her. I got a couple new things for my PC gaming setup. I bought some new RAM. I will show you guys more about that after we defeat Vicar Amelia on our first try. I don't plan on dying. But then again, who does? Let's do this thing. Hopefully a few more people will join us to get to experience this wonderful, amazing fight. I'll take a few sips of my kava brew so that it numbs my mouth and tongue. Ah, very nummy. Okay, there's a sludge at the bottom. Apparently you got to keep mixing that stuff. It's been a while since I've had any. Tastes terrible. It literally does numb my mouth and tongue. Oops. Was I wrong? I don't think so. I think she's up here. Well, would you look at that? There she is, looking all innocent. Looking like a normal woman. You can hear her talking. Uh-oh. Maybe we'll watch this cutscene. I don't normally watch cutscenes, but when I do, they're good cutscenes. Maggie says it's like a certain type of coffee. Kava? Kava is, I mean, it's kind of similar in a way in that you're just kind of brewing the stuff up, but it doesn't taste like coffee. It doesn't have caffeine, and it is used in many countries as a social drink in place of alcohol. It's known to have a relaxing effect, and good to be relaxed when you're fighting these horrifically awful beasts that could make you go insane with insight. I have a mod installed that helps make sure the cutscenes play at 60 frames a second instead of 30, because 30 sucks ass. All right. Kind of like black Assam tea. I've heard of it. I don't know much about it. But let's do this. Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. I got to be careful here. I'm doing absolutely nothing for damage here. Even with the Beast Blood pellet, which I'm not sure. Did I even use one? No, she knocked it out of me. Okay. Get back up and get that health back. All right, I need to save some stamina here for that right there. All right. Woo! Okay. Nice try, girl. I can't tell. Oh, the Beast Blood pellet is faded away. We'll use another one. It didn't seem to work. I guess I can't use it right now. I don't know. Whoop. I need some health back. Let's see if the pungent blood cocktail works. Oh, I got my butt kicked there. I almost died too, sort of. We'll try poison knives. Oh, she didn't like that. She said no. Negative on the poison knives. Whoa. Let's heal up. I don't think we can... Can we afflict poison? We have not gotten a visceral yet, which is interesting. Oh, bad time to hit with the poison knife. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I don't think these poison knives are doing anything at all. I don't think they're working. Oh, okay, she missed me. Let's use a beast blood pellet. Not sure what all it's actually doing. She's lighting the room up. Uh-oh. I can't see anything. Go, 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 go. Yes. Got it. This has turned out to be a lot easier than I thought. A quick heal just for the hell of it. Here. Pungent, whatever the heck that shit is. Oh. I couldn't get out in time. I was out of the staminas. Woo. I think part of the reason why it seems like she has so much health is because I've got good old Henrietta with me. My back is to the wall. Oh, shit. I'm stuck. Okay. Come on, Henriette. Do your thing. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, come on. I missed. But I got it. Oh, and that's it. First try. I do prefer black coffee. Plain black coffee. Dark roast. The darker, the better. I want it roasted, nice and dark, and then I want that coffee brewed long enough to suck out all that delicious darkness and caffeine. All right, so we've got all of that. Now we could just go back, and I think we will, and see about leveling up, getting some more health and maybe endurance. Let's talk to, well, you know what? Let's see if we can upgrade first. Excuse me. The most important thing is upgrading that weapon. We have 3 out of the 2 shards that we need. So we need another one, which we don't have. But what if we have a nice blood gem we could slot in there? We can fortify this bad boy with a blood gem. I'm not sure what that HP continues to recover is about. But we'll just leave it as is. Sounds good to me. Does it have 2 slots? It looks like it does. Maybe I need to fill the second slot up with something awesome. Physical attack up 1.1%. That's the other one. Okay. What we want is a nice one. How about physical 1.4%? That really isn't doing a lot, I'll be honest with you. 1.4%. But, you know, stack that with another one. And then eventually you start to do a little bit of damage as you get higher and higher level blood gems.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire?
Hand over small hair ornament.
What is this? I can't remember. Not a thing, only I feel.
She knows she should remember something.
Before.
But she doesn't
What's
remember.
To me? Tell me, Hunter. Could this be joy?
I don't know what you feel, lady. It's up to you. Don't ask me if you're feeling joy. Tearstone. I've never watched Peacemaker, but I have seen The Boys. I've seen everything but everything but the season that's coming out. I watched it with a friend. It's not something I would have ever watched on my own. I'm not a superhero kind of person. Have never really been that big into superhero stuff. But there's a lot more to the show than just superheroes, obviously. There's a lot of political intrigue and all that other stuff. I will say, I do notice that with both... Let's use some of these, see what we can get out of them. With both Amazon Prime and Netflix, they don't mind showing nudity, but it's impossible not to notice how much of that mature rating is male nudity and how little of it is female nudity. And I think that's a very intentional thing they're doing. I noticed that with the Boys series. You're going to see a lot of men's backsides. You're going to see a lot, well, not a lot, but you're going to see some of men's front side, full frontal nudity, genitals included. I've yet to see any woman's genitals exposed, and there were virtually no scenes where women were naked, other than like there was a mass orgy scene or something, but that just had a whole bunch of people and didn't focus on any of the women in particular. Nearly all of the nude scenes are dudes, and some of which are also not heterosexual dudes, if you know what I mean. Very intentional. And then, of course, everywhere you look nowadays, every group of people is multicultural for no specific reason, even if it doesn't fit in the setting. You know, it's not The Boys that does this, but you can find like this isolated little tribe somewhere in a show where there's an isolated tribe or some isolated small group of people in one very small area. And you can find Asian, white, black, Hispanic, Indian, Middle Eastern. And I'm like, how do you get that much diversity in this tiny little insular community that kind of keeps to itself? How did they get that diverse? The only way you get racial diversity is from a multicultural society exposed to lots of cultures that's basically trading people. People are kind of trading themselves back and forth. This is not where I want to go. So to have these insular societies that keep to themselves also be multiracial does not make sense at all. And they don't make any attempt to make it make sense either. I think we want to go to, what, the Grand Cathedral? I believe? Let's try that. And for me, you know, a lot of the wokies out there, the left-wingers, will be like, oh, what are you racist? You just can't stand it because you're one of those Nazis. No, that's not it. It's that I want the story and the characters and everything to like make sense. I want them to fit together. I want there to be any sort of reasonable explanation for why they exist. And when you throw all that stuff at me, the viewer, and it doesn't make sense and it doesn't fit, it pulls me out of the experience, breaks the sense of immersion into the show. It breaks, not the fourth wall, but it really does break, what's the word I'm looking for? Suspension of disbelief. It's hard for me to suspend disbelief when I know that the reason this little tribal community that keeps to itself is multiracial and has gay people, the reason that happens is because DEI and woke standards dictate it, not because it was best for the story, not because it made sense in the context of the world, not because it was in the original novel series or the original whatever that it's based on, the video game, whatever the case is. It's always some external, politically motivated, and almost always left-wing ideology reason. So what do I do here? I notice that light coming from me. Boop, 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 boop. There must be a way to open this further. Take that. I don't remember where to go from here. I thought this thingy opened up. At least that was my impression. Maybe I would know what the hell's going on if I watched the cutscene, but I doubt it. Used to gain droplet blood gem. Yeah, hell, sure, why not? Tier blood gem. Let's see what that is, shall we? HP continues to recover +2. That's good. Is that twice as much as +1, or is it just one step higher? Anyone remember the next step in progress after this? Because I've already forgotten. I already don't know. I thought this opened up and like you went down into the doodad thingy. Let's see. Did I get a special quest item? No. Although, what I will do is go see if I can buy a different weapon now that I have some of those badges. Because as much as I like the saw spear, I've used it so many times before, it would be kind of nice to go with something else. I've used the rifle spear. I've used a lot of different weapons. Let's see, what items we... Oh, look, the Kirkhammer sword is available. I think I might do that. That one scales off what? How can I tell what it scales off? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong window. Strength and dexterity, whatever those things are called. Ludwig's Holy Blade. I've used that one before. That one's more expensive. And it has requirements I haven't met. This one does also have requirements I haven't met. I would need 5 points in strength, but I do think I want the Kirkhammer. I think I'm going to go with the Kirkhammer. So let's start popping some of this stuff and see what we can get. We're going to need a lot. Alright, so we'll buy this initially. Kirkhammer. And then we'll upgrade it as much as we can, because you don't want to use a non-upgraded weapon at this point. That is never a good idea. What we'll do, though, is take these out, because if we're not going to be using the saw spear for the moment, we definitely don't want our best blood gems in it. Alright, and now we just need one more twin bloodstone shard. Bill Bones, how's it going, man? What is my favorite kind of cheese? You know, I like a lot of different kinds of cheese. I would have to say that overall, just for general use cheese, pepper jack is pretty solid. Big fan of pepper jack. However, there are some other ones I have enjoyed. Parmesan is good. Preferably raw, real stuff. Not necessarily the powdered junk that comes with like dextrose and all that other garbage added to it. You know, all the cheeses I've tried, I can't even think of any of the fancy ones off the top of my head. I'd like to try raclette. That's one I haven't tried yet. I don't have what I need for that. Though we will want to blood gem fortify our Kirkstone. So what is HP continues to recover? Well, it's not going to tell me. I don't know exactly what that means in this context. Sounds good. Oh, well, since that's the only gem we can put in that triangular slot, we're going to put it there. That's a simple decision to make right there. And then we will do attack up 1.1% and then HP continues 1. I don't know why it says 0.1%. How much extra damage are we doing with 0.1% at this point in the game? Come on now. Nothing? Seriously. We'll swap out for the Kirkhammer as soon as we can get to 16 strength. The eye of a blood-drunk hunter beckons hunters to the hunter's nightmare. A deformed creature will whisk you away outside Uden Chapel. I'm well aware. I know what you're talking about. I've done it before. All right. I don't think we're going to get enough to level up off of this. But, well, I mean all the way. I don't think we're going to get enough to level up to 16 strength. But we can try. Don't let that stop you. Just because you know it's impossible doesn't mean you shouldn't try. After all, how do we know it's really impossible unless you've tried? And some of you may be thinking, well, Fox, this is a simple matter of mathematics. You can do the math. Maybe I can't do the math. And maybe I'm hoping it'll just work somehow. So here we go. Oh, We'll be lucky to get 2 out of this thing. Ah, we got 2. So we need 3 more points into strength,
Farewell, good
and then we'll be good.
May
So
you
what
find
we'll do is get some more blood echoes. That's not where we want to go. Yeah, we'll go there. We can do some quick farming. I don't know the best farm spot at the moment, but I do know what the best RAM is for my system. I swapped out the RAM because I was running 32 gigs of DDR5 7200, and that was the best RAM for my previous processor, the Intel Core i7 14700K. But now that I have the AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D, my research has determined that the best speed for that is 6,000 megatransfers per second instead of 7,200. So I got myself the G.Skill Flare X5 series DDR5 RAM, 64 gigabytes, so 2 32 gig modules, 6,000 megatransfers a second, and the speed timings are CL28, 36, 36, 96. It wasn't cheap, but I got it. I got it in the white color so it matches my desktop computer case, and I swapped out some ugly ass rainbow puke RGB modules for no RGB at all. I'm sort of burnt out on RGB. Worst part about RGB is a lot of the hardware you buy that has RGB, you cannot turn it off without installing software, and then you have to run that software every time you boot the computer. Not a fan. I don't want to run a program every time I launch or every time I boot my computer into Windows just to disable the RGB. Oh, shit, I'm not paying attention here. Oh, shoot, that was faster than I thought it was going to be. Woo, this dude is quick. Very quick. Oh, shit. Frenzy? Frenzy? Frenzy is a thing? Frenzy is a thing here? I didn't know Frenzy was a thing at this point in the game. Ever been to Canada or Australia? I've been to Canada. I've not been to Australia. I wouldn't mind going. It's just that with how much it costs and the time investment, there are other places I'd rather go first. I do want to take my wife and son to Japan. My wife has never been. My son has never been. Well, hello, jerkwad. Well, why is Frenzy building up? I'm legit confused as to what the fuck this Frenzy thing is about. I'm a bit confused, guys. I don't recall Frenzy being a thing at this point in the game. Why don't you come in here, punk? Do I have anything to cure Frenzy? Pretty sure I don't. Hey, let's get a blood gem. So, I'm really not sure what I'm supposed to do when I can't cure that Frenzy and that buildup is nasty. Uh-oh. Yeah, see, I don't have enough reach on this bad boy. And there's 2 of them right there. Not really sure how this is going to work. This is kind of a tricky spot. I can't even, like, fully see both of them either, you know? What, you're not going to try to hit me? I can't see the other dude. Whoa. Oh, I actually kind of staggered him out of that. I didn't know I could do that. I need the additional range on this thing. Although, the way it kind of aims downward, it really sucks a lot of the potential range out of this weapon. Yeah, see, it's not gonna go far enough. It's not long enough, guys. I need it to be longer. And either my depth perception sucks, or I have terrible aim. Or the game's messing. We'll blame this one on the game. How about that? Ooh. Okay. I'm surprised how close I have to get to them to hit them with this thing. Alright. Now that there's only one left. Ah, shit. I meant to, obviously, visceral him. But now we got our blood echoes back, so that's good. Those guys suck ass to farm. Let me just say that. Whereas this dude, but I don't think he actually gives enough to make him worth farming. But there he is, you know. I think no matter how slowly you approach, he's always going to get up. Pretty sure. But we'll see. Oh. I'm in a bad spot there. Okay, this is better. Now I can see. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, getting my ass kicked here. It's the second time dying in this brief period of farming. It's not working out. We need a better spot. But now I need to go get my blood echoes from this guy. We can do this. Although we may want to find a better spot for that. We're getting some pretty good performance out of this Shad PS4 emulator. No major issues so far. I saw it glitch out briefly in the menus. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was a split second where it flashed something weird, but not a big deal. It only happened once. Hey, look, he's leaving. He saw me coming and he said, I'm getting out of here. He killed us last time. So I imagine Big Dude has our blood echoes. I don't really want to fight two of these guys at once because that would suck. Oh, you son of a... What? Did he just point at that guy? He pointed at the other... Oh, no, they always point when they start their fight, I guess. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, this frenzy thing really sucks because it kind of goes up and down and it gets very jittery. Let's make sure we don't die. Okay, there, it stopped. This is a sucky place to do this. You know that, guys? Both you guys suck. You suck, and you suck, and you suck. Which one sucks more? They both suck equally. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. You think you got me? You don't got me. That guy's got me. Woo! Watch this. Oh, shit. Killed him with the gun. I love it. All right, let's see if we can get this little bastard. Surprised I got that timing. And they dropped nothing. That sucks, man. Come on, drop something. All right, let's see if we can get this jerkwad. Do we do more damage in our extended form when the weapon is fully erect and pointing outward? Will it do more damage in full erection? Maybe, probably not. Oh, my bad, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah, he does have my blood echoes. You can see... Oh, what? I walked into it from the other side. Okay. Now we're in trouble. Okay. I commit to an attack and then he attacks. Blood echoes are back. All that fog and shit from that... Oh, bloodstone shard. But that's... We want a twin bloodstone shard. Not a regular bloodstone shard. Nice try. But you ain't good enough with that gun, bro. Trust me. Whoa. Oh. Forgot this gun is so fucking slow. Maggie says it's pretty funny how the used Wii U, 3DS, and PS Vitas are very overpriced, but used PS4 Slim 500 gigabyte module goes for like 30 to 70 bucks. You know, part of that is based on availability. So the PS Vita did not sell well, and Sony quit making them much sooner than you think they normally would have. And because of that, it's more rare, therefore more valuable, because a lot of people have realized the Vita has a ton of awesome games, including exclusives, really good exclusives. Not all of them are good, but many of them are great. I had a Vita. They're awesome. I got the Vita TV even. That was pretty cool too. Lots of cool games on the Vita. I even did a video about it. About some of the cool games and exclusives on the PS Vita, which makes it more valuable because they're harder to find because there are a few of them out there. Now, the problem with Wii U and 3DS, the Wii U didn't sell well, so it's a little more rare. Problem with the 3DS, despite selling really well, is it's a Nintendo product, and people overpay for Nintendo. Nintendo charges too much, and then Nintendo hates to drop the prices on anything, even after a long time. And even though you're buying them used, which doesn't involve Nintendo directly, people know the value of these products based on how Nintendo values them, and they also inflate the products, which sucks. In other words, the short version is Nintendo sucks ass, and the more rare a device is, the more expensive it can tend to be, even if it's not great. There are some old computers out there that weren't super popular at the time, but if you have one that's still working, it costs a lot more than the computers that were more popular that have a lot better software. You're thinking, well, why do I want this obscure little computer that didn't have much software for it when I can get this other better one that has a lot more software and it's cheaper? Well, because the other obscure computer is more rare, therefore the value goes up because there aren't as many of them. Bill Bone says those niche portables aren't in great supply. Yeah, the PS Vita, it was grossly underestimated. I own the original model and the OLED model as well. They were both awesome. I really enjoyed a lot of the games I played on them. One of the exclusives that actually came to other platforms was Freedom Wars. That's a good game. There are some awesome kind of weird Japanese role-playing games. Like, one is called Oreshika Tainted Bloodlines. I would like to know if there's a decent PS Vita emulator out there so I could play some of those exclusives without having a Vita anymore. I maybe should have kept my PlayStation Vita TV or the PS TV. That would have been a good idea, but I just don't like having other systems other than my PC because I have to find a way to hook them up and then find a way to also hook up audio for them and then try to figure out how to record them if I want to record footage, and it's a pain in the ass. PC is so much easier for me. I'm used to it. I don't think PC is more complicated than consoles, me personally, because when you get a new console that you haven't used before, you got to learn that system. It's a whole new system, the way the software is laid out, what it can and can't do, figuring out how to hook it up to maximize the video and audio quality, and then figuring out how to record stuff. Yes, you know, some of them can record on their own, like the PlayStation 5, but then you got to figure out how to handle the recording and how it works in terms of putting files on a USB drive or on the hard drive, or, well, the SSD that comes with it.
What?
PC, I know, so very comfortable with it. I don't think I've explored this area yet. Hey, look, it's douche nozzle. Oh, it still got me. Alright, this asshole could suck us into another dimension. And he can move suddenly really fast. That actually worked. I didn't think I'd be able to get away with that. And now I think he does more damage. Oh, that was way too soon. Don't you kick me, you little turd. It's very risky to shoot him at this point because he just does so much damage. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, come on, you son of a bitch. Does that count as getting sucked away? I killed him, so he obviously can't take me anywhere. Fox, do you think you'd get any use out of a PS Portal? Hell no. None whatsoever. Not the slightest bit. I have a PlayStation 5. My friend is still borrowing it. He's had it for like a year now. I think he's done with the games he wanted to play. I insisted he play Stellar Blade. And since he's an Xbox gamer, he didn't have access to Stellar Blade. And he doesn't have a PC that's good enough for it. He's just got like an old iMac. Which, by the way, I dual booted. I set up Windows 11 on it for him so that he can run an emulator and then play some sports game that he really likes. I can't remember. Some football sports game. I set that up for him because the modding community mods the hell out of that game and updates it with current rosters and shit. I don't care, but he cared, so I went over to his house and spent some time setting that up for him. But eventually, I'll get that thing back at some point. The only thing I care about on it is Demon's Souls Remake. Because at this point, I can play Bloodborne on PC, Stellar Blades on PC, so there's really nothing on the PS5 that I can't get on PC other than Demon's Souls Remake, which they need to bring to PC. He also played Death Stranding 2, which he bought and put on my account so he could play it. And I have no like immediate need for it, so I haven't bothered asking for it back. But I'd never have any desire to stream games from my PlayStation 5. Hello. Okay, you gave me something. That's cool. You gonna give me anything else? Go to the chapel, lady. I'll see you there. Bye. I also passionately hate game streaming because despite what people tell me, the quality, the frame rate, the responsiveness is not going to be there. My friend who the same one I was telling you about, who's primarily an Xbox gamer, he thought there really wasn't much of an input delay. And so he was playing Xbox on his phone through the Xbox streaming service. And I said, well, let me try it, and I'll tell you if I experience any. And, oh my God, there was so much delay. But he didn't really notice as much. And it might be because he's used to playing at lower frame rates, and lower frame rates cause the input to feel worse. So I guess if you're used to bad input timing, then game streaming won't feel as bad to you. But if you're used to higher frame rate PC gaming, it's, no, game streaming is shit. And then you also get the visual downgrade that comes from compression. And to my knowledge, you don't get to decide all the graphic settings. I think they're kind of like preset for you. This is where I already was, right? Yeah. I want to choose the graphic settings. I don't want them chosen for me. There's a very good reason for that, because I don't want that god-awful freaking motion blur garbage on that no real gamer uses that trash. Would you like to blur your entire screen every time you turn the camera? Let's see. Let me think about that one. No. No, I don't want my entire screen looking like a blurred mess when I move the camera. Who the fuck would? Who would want that? I don't get it. That seems insane to want your entire screen to be blurred all to hell every time you turn your camera. Okay, I know these things can grab, and I'm trying to avoid being grabbed. There we go. Billbone says you don't notice it as much on a small screen. Yeah, you don't notice the quality issues as much because the screen is smaller. But then again, that's another problem, is you're playing on a small screen. And if you can't notice the difference in quality and all that stuff, you do notice the frame rate. But if you can't notice the quality difference, then that means you can't see the full quality. So your experience of the game is going to be quite degraded. Like when I was playing through Expedition 33 for the first time, I installed it on my Steam Deck. But I would not play any new portion of the game, any portion of the game I hadn't played before. I would not play it on the Steam Deck. I would only go back through areas I'd already been and like look for stuff I missed or farm some enemies. And the reason why is I did not want my experience of that game or any new portion of it to be on that tiny little screen at that low resolution and with lower quality settings. I wanted to experience that game at 1440p, high graphics quality, make it look as good as possible so I could see all the beauty of the world that they made. I don't want to miss out. Boy, this guy's it's kind of tough. Although I believe the charged art... What? He's already going into Super Saiyan mode? I will say there's one thing cool about that, is that you can parry him from a safe distance, which is interesting. Uh-oh. Oh, that was way off. See, I'm actually out of range of the attack. So I put myself in a situation where if for any reason my parry fails, I'm still perfectly safe because I'm out of range of his attack, which feels kind of cheap. That's another thing I didn't really like about the parries in this game, is that you can set it up to where the parry is a no risk, high reward. There's no risk if I can't be hit by the attack, because I'm out of range. So it's like a freebie attempt. Now, you do have to put yourself out of range and know what that range is. So you have to know the safe range. So there is some skill involved. It's not super easy to always figure that out, but you can set up a scenario where it's a no risk, high reward parry system. Are they both just going to sit there and stare at the ground like dumbasses? They are, aren't they? Losers. All right, let me extend this microphone just a bit. There we go, so I can kind of be back here. I also got a cushion for my computer chair, not because my butt was hurting or anything. I got the cushion because I wanted it to lift me up, because the situation I'm in where the mouse and keyboard is, it's on top of the table, or the desk rather, and not on where the keyboard tray was, because that keyboard tray setup just wasn't working. And then my arm would hang down a bit to reach the arm of the chair, so if I boost myself up on the chair, I can kind of hold my arm up a bit and not drag it along the desk and the chair of the arm. And then I realized I was constantly putting my feet on the back of the desk, like that under support of the desk there, and that's not always the best place for it, so I bought a footrest. So now I have my feet on a footrest. It's kind of interesting. I've never used a foot under the table or under the desk footrest. All right, well, let's do this. Okay, well, that guy noticed. The other guy didn't. We're going to try to pull one at a time, because fighting two at a time is pretty much self-deletion. You're pretty much just asking to die. Hello, douche nozzle. What's your first move, bro? What are you going to do first? Oh, that one? If you say so. Well, that was terrible timing on my part. And that one was too. Oh, he got me. I wasn't. Oh, in a safe range. What's he going to do? That did nothing. But if you do parry at a safe range, you need to dash in. Oh, shit, I thought he was going to do his stupid-ass move like that one. Good AI. Good AI. He knew I was moving in and stopped me from getting freebie hits on him. So he's going to leap. Nope, he did a running attack. Oh, shit. Damn, they do so much fucking damage, but you're really not supposed to be here yet, you know? As they would say in the movie, what's that called? Clerks? I'm not even supposed to be here today. This is an area for later. All right, so before all this nonsense started in Yharnam, somebody must have built these statues, or built or carved or whatever, chiseled. Somebody created all this artwork. They created these statues. Nice. Very nice. Is that supposed to clip like that? Did that do that in the original? No, that... I feel like that didn't happen in the base PS4, game, or if you play on PS5. That's probably a emulator issue there. But anyway, these statues are of these like otherworldly cosmic horror beasts. Who made them and why? I guess they already knew about all this, so they just had all this stuff out and about while going about normal life. They're just like, here's our cosmic horror statue. There it is, everybody. All right, and then we'll have refreshments and light snacks in the lobby. Hey, there's my blood echoes, just sitting there waiting for me. Nothing here is given much in the way of blood echoes. These are shitty areas for farming. This is a pain in the ass area. Oh no, now they both notice me. Of course, the AI sucks so bad that they attempt to draw me in from so far away that it's completely useless. So, some of the AI on this, on these enemies is great, some sucks. The lore of Sewer Centipede in Dark Souls 3 is literally clean your drains. Hey, I do clean my drains. I like to use baking soda and vinegar. As long as it's not super stopped up, that'll work. And then an old wire hanger, you just bend it into kind of like a hook, and you could shove that down in there to grab out any gunk that gets in there. Hair and other stuff. I feel like I'm gonna, yep. I was just saying, I feel like I'm gonna get that other guy's attention. Because they're both douche nozzles and a-holes and jerkwads. They do massive amounts of damage. Okay. That hurt a lot. At least this game usually lets you get the visceral attack even if you're on a different elevation. Oh, shit. Thought I was gonna die there. Elevation can sometimes throw off your ability to get a riposte. Hey, are they stuck? I like it. Yeah, okay, you can do that, but I ain't gonna do shit for you in the long run, bro. Oh. Oh, he still... Oh, son of a bitch. Still got me. That guy should be dead by now. Alright. We'll just cheese the hell out of this guy. Hey, Bill Bones, you asked what kind of cheese is my favorite? This right here. This is my favorite kind of cheese. You're looking at it. Twin bloodstone shards. Excellent. I like those. Those are good. Maggie says, Dark Souls 3 did disgusting monsters better than previous games in my opinion, but maybe it's the level of detail. Hey, I thought Dark Souls 3 was an amazing game and very underrated. There are some bullshit moments in it, but it's still a really good game. And I think it got kind of lost in the fray because it was the third, and it came out, I think it came out at the height of when people first began talking about Souls fatigue, getting tired of the Souls formula, and it did feel pretty similar to previous games, except it, the control was so much better. It was like Dark Souls, but with Bloodborne level of speed and control, but more of the Dark Souls setup, you know? A lot of really cool bosses, cool fights. It has my favorite boss fight of any Souls game. The Nameless King. What was I going to do here? Oh, yeah. Upgrade. We're going to switch it over to the Kirk Hammer at a +4. Except we need more strength. How much more? More. Some amount. Maybe 3 more points. Yeah, 3 more points. And I don't think we have anything to pop to get us there. Well, we have a few things we could try. That's a good one. I like that. Let's see if that'll get us a level. That might get us 1.
Very well.
We got the doll falling asleep on the job here, which I don't appreciate. She's just delaying me.
Farewell, good hunter.
Okay, now shut up, lady. Really does delay things as you're trying to level. All right, we blew right past that requirement. All right, shut up and let me level. Oh, I hit the wrong button. 2 more. We just need 2 more, guys. Maggie said everything in Dark Souls 3 felt like a fan service when it came out. So that was also an issue, is some recycled ideas and some kind of not repeats, but some similar feeling boss fights. And I don't have a big problem with that until you start really doing it over and over and over again. And Dark Souls 3 was the 3rd in the Souls series, but it came also after Demon Souls, Bloodborne, so there were some other entries. I don't feel like any of the content was so similar that it needed to be blasted for it like some people did. Shot the asshole in the back. That's what he deserves. You don't treat these guys with respect or honor because they have none. Don't treat people with honor when they have no honor. Oh, he still got me. But I got all of that health back. I bet that hurts his feelings too. Is he going to do that dumb thing where he charges up? Ah, see, it's... Golly. God damn, that's... I'm telling you. These guys, you can handle them, but if they get the drop on you, it goes into bullshit territory when they just take you down to 0 health in like 2 hits. I think I managed to survive 2, but just barely. And then, of course, I was staggered into the 3rd one. Because there is no poise. There's essentially no poise in this game. You're just... You get hit, you're fucked. That's it. You're stunned for the moment. Oh, hello. You're coming around this way? Oh, it fucked up the visceral because of the elevation. I was just saying how good of a job it had done with that. Come on, From Software. Figure out your elevation issue. You can give us the parry. You just fuck up on the riposte or the visceral. Well, now he's going to start jumping like a wild man. Better to get him on a flat ground so we don't lose our viscerals again. You gonna jump at me? No, you're just gonna swing your sack around? Oh my goodness. I can't believe I got him without getting hit. I usually get hit right at the exact moment I get the parry off. Alright, let's tackle this dude. Would I argue for the late PS3 and 360 games graphics and DS2 are good for that time period? On Dark Souls 2, no. Not at all. I don't think they're terrible. They're definitely not anything great for the time. They had the biggest issue they had is the whole visual experience seemed washed out in low contrast. It's like somebody took the contrast and just turned it down, and it looks like they put like a sheen, a white sheen over everything, and did not look good. That's Dark Souls 2 is one of those games where if you're going to play it on PC, you need to use like a reshade filter so it doesn't look like shit. I mean, any more than it does normally. I'm also not a fan of the way they kind of changed the graphical style in Dark Souls 3. Like, they all have their own kind of graphics. Ah, shit. Woo! How did I dodge that? Dude's a fucking ninja, man. Oh. If I farm these guys, I can eventually get another upgrade. That's what you get for trying to grab me. Surprise attack like a little bitch. Where's the other one? There's not another one? Okay. We see some brief stuttery moments, but that's to be expected. This is not a perfect emulator. And I imagine this game is not the easiest in terms of the processing power. It's not the hardest, obviously. I think there is an upgrade material. Ah, there it is. Is something going to jump out and attack me? Better not. Okay. Are we really going to take this long? Alright, well, whatever. As long as we get it. It's just a brief delay, guys. It was just a brief delay there. And we open up this, which seems like a pretty useless shortcut, honestly. I'm not really sure what the point of that shortcut is when you just get out that way. I guess you can go around those two dudes. Hey, look, there's something up there. What is that? Can we shoot it? Will it blend? That's a reference to a stupid YouTube series where a guy just takes random stuff and throws it in the super powered blender to see if it'll blend up. Stuff like a cell phone. Which creates toxic fumes, by the way. Don't breathe that in. Although you probably aren't blending a cell phone very often. Or ever. Tell you what. I'll tackle the dogs separately from that dude. Oh, yeah, there we go. Timing was spot on. Not on that guy. But I dodged him. Wow. I took 2 dogs out without taking a hit. That's pretty good. That's like a Guinness Book of World Records right there. I deserve a Steam achievement for that. What? Already? Dude. Oh, well, I guess he is at half. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Asshole hit me from that far away. He's not giving me a good chance to Oh, that was not it. That was it. Although nothing here is giving me Quicksilver bullets, so what sucks is I'm going to run out. Oh, close. Took 2 shots. He could have gotten me. I hate how after you visceral an enemy, it breaks your lock-on. That's annoying, because you're still fighting them. I don't know why it breaks lock-on and you have to reacquire lock-on after every visceral, but you do. So, From Software in all their mighty wisdom decided that if you're fighting an enemy and you get a visceral attack on that enemy, but it doesn't die, that you would somehow want your lock-on to break. I don't know what their theory is there. I don't know what their logic is there. I would say it's illogical and stupid, but, you know, I'm not the master game developer. That's Miyazaki. Oh, goodness. Don't grab me. No grab attacks, ladies. Give me your pebbles. Drop your pebbles. Give me all your pebbles. Oh, bloodshot eyeball. And I think I've already been through this area. Though, did I collect everything? Hello. You can get back down on the ground. You too. You can just stay right there on the ground that you got up from. Same with this guy. Don't need these zombies getting up, messing around. Oh, I did not go in there because I think I ran away like a chicken, like a coward. But you know what? You can call me a coward. I call myself a survivor. Oh, look at that. He phased through the archway. I call bullshit on it. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh, you're just gonna push? Oh! That was the backhand. I just realized, here, let me start using blood bullets so I don't waste all my Quicksilver. Whoa! Whoops. Well. I keep forgetting about that ability to get blood bullets like that. Like, I would never do it. And I need to make that a regular thing. Blood bullets for the win. A self-preservation enjoyer. Yes, a life enjoyer. Although that means something else if you've played Expedition 33 and you know who the life enjoyers are. There's a secret to the life enjoyers. Nothing big, just a small reward. Okay. Here's douche nozzle number 2. Get out of here, punk bitch. Well, timing on that was atrociously bad. So was that? That was so delayed as to be embarrassing. Okay. Oh, shit. Woo! Yeah, you can't trade hits with these guys. They hit like a dump truck. Oh! I'm blowing through my blood vials, and they don't seem to be dropping many of them. Well, you can't break that table, and you can't break that table. But can you break dance on the table? Oh, look at this. There's a hole in the wall. I sense Dark Beast Parl. I forgot that you can get to him from here. And you know what? We have a summon. We'll do that later. I don't even have my preferred weapon at the moment, so. Well, should we do it now? I mean, does the Saw Spear do more damage on Dark Beast Parl? Does he count as a beast-type boss? I would think so. He is a beast. It says it in the name. Let's push out another notification that we're live. And I'll just repost it. And maybe some more people will join in on the fun. I got some ideas for videos. I have a new format. And I think it's going to be awesome. It requires a little less work, but allows me to get out videos faster. And still be of decent quality. Although, you know what? Right now we're farming, so we won't tackle Dark Beast Parl quite yet. I don't know how much damage he's going to do and how much health he has. I have a feeling it might be immense, so let's hold off for now until we can upgrade this Kirk Hammer and actually use it through the power of leveling. I'd also like to know who would make a statue like this. Like, who would make that? Seriously. And speaking of things, yeah, let's go. Yeah. Oh, shit. Right through the column. Is that how it works around here? Apparently it is. Aha! Can he come in here? What do you think? Can he follow me in here? Let's find out. Where'd he go? Is he? Oh, he's over there. Here we go. I just hit him to agitate him. Is he going to run straight in here? Oh, shit. Oh! Okay, I regret playing games with him. Ever think mini RPGs make shield like a death weight that can be guard broken while two-handed weapons have higher attack, sometimes with equal defensive stats as well? Ooh, that's a loaded sentence right there. There's a lot of factors in that. You know, there's some RPGs that make shields far less effective, and some that make them practically overpowered. And there are some that try to balance out whether you would want to use a shield and a one-handed weapon or to use a two-handed weapon. And the problem is a lot of games will have the two-handed weapon do more damage, but not so significantly more as to be worth using over a shield. But then, if you have the two-handed weapon do a lot more damage than one-handed, then it just seems like that's what everyone would want to use because it just does so much more damage. So, game balance is oh man, the other guy noticed me right as I threw it at the first dude, so whatever. You know, my blood echoes over there. I think I will go get them first before dying, potentially. Oh, hello. I forgot about you. You just R1 spam her in the face. Collect your pebbles, and continue onward. We're not going to tackle the giant boar, the pig, but we are going to get those blood bullets. We turn bullets into metal, or we turn blood into metal bullets. How? Magic, my friends. Uh-oh. His friend noticed us, which is bad. Alright, he should be pretty low but not dead. And it breaks my lock on because reasons. Oh, that was way... Oh, okay. I'm just so far off on these. Good thing is, we're invincible during the visceral. It actually staggers the other enemy right as you finish the visceral attack. Ah, shit. Saw that coming and I was stuck looting. Don't drop bloodstone shards. I want twins. Twins or break. Oh, he went to the kick. We're still doing pretty well in the frame rate. Not sure if there really is a memory leak issue, like I thought there was last time. That might have just been me thinking there was one. Yeah, balance in games can be difficult because oftentimes it feels like if you make this thing strong or powerful enough to be worth it, then you invalidate other options because they're just not powerful enough by comparison. Is the pig coming up the stairs? Yes, it is. So, we will go back and level up. A little hunter's lamp time. I have bold hunter's marks, but why waste them when it's right here? Those are best for when you're far, far away. I'm shocked now that we've installed the Vertex Explosion mod and a couple other small mods that really this game is doing pretty solid. Like, I think a lot of people watching, if they didn't know from the title, they might not know I'm emulating this.
Welcome home. What is...
They've come so far,
Very
but
well.
it seems like progress on the Shad PS4 emulator has really slowed down. They used to have these nightly builds, and it would update pretty much like every day with a new nightly build update. They got rid of the auto update from nightly builds, and now I'm not even sure I can find where these nightly builds are. So maybe they quit doing them. All right, we're at 6460. I don't know if we have anything we can pop to get... Well, we got that, but I don't know if that's going to give us enough. Maybe...
Welcome. What
Let's find out.
Very well.
Don't be red. Oh, it's red. We just need like less than 200 more.
Farewell.
What if I sold something? Let's just sell something real quick. I so rarely sell anything in Souls games because, generally speaking, it's not worth selling. Throw to create mist cloud that prevents HP restoration. Oh, you know what? That's not just for other players. You can actually use that against hunters. So it's not useless. Oh, I forgot about strengthening Quicksilver bullets. Useless for me, though. I don't... it's not worth anything. I don't really use those coins. Old Hunter Bone. The art of quickening speeds up rolling in quick steps. Not much to sell there. What if we sold the torch? Because we got a better one. There we go. Done. And we got rid of some junk that we don't need. Maggie asks, or says, it might be also rock, paper, scissors design. Shield can block physical ranged damage, but disadvantageous against heavy hitting two-handers in magic. Yeah.
Very well.
There are different ways to balance things to where it's very specific to the scenario. Boom. We're there. It snuck up on me. I didn't even realize we'd made it to the point where now we can Kirk hammer our way through the game. Tell me that's not cool. You turn your sword into a hammer and your hammer into a sword. Anyone here tried the playtest for Valor Mortis? I'd be playing that right now if it weren't for me streaming. Attack versus beasts up 12.6%. That is pretty good. So if we're going up against a beast, it would probably be good to equip that. However, it is situational. Can we upgrade again? No, we need 3 more. I would say most developers do end up kind of screwing up game balance in one way or another. Excuse me. There are a lot of games. For example, the old Final Fantasy games, I don't know if they do this as much anymore. You would play a game like Final Fantasy IV, which was originally 2 in North America, or Final Fantasy VI, which originally 3. They would give you these options of things like poison as a spell. And the problem was that if you're fighting any significant tough like boss character where poison might be useful, they're immune to it because it would be like a cheap way to get too much damage on the boss. But if you're fighting most normal enemies, poisoning them is a waste of time because poison does damage over time per turn, and the enemy isn't going to survive long enough to make it worthwhile. So effectively, the only time you'd want to use poison, you can't. And the times you can use poison, you wouldn't want to because it wouldn't be practical. So it effectively makes the poison spell useless, pretty much. Unless you fight a boss that's actually weak to it or is not immune. And then there are spells like stone or something like that where you can turn an enemy to stone, but it doesn't work against really tough enemies and bosses. It only works against weak enemies, which you would just kill in a couple turns anyway, so it's kind of pointless to use. So because of that, most of those spells are just worthless. Like, there's pretty much no reason to ever use them. Alright, come here, jerkwad. Now we have to get used to this new weapon. I've used it before. I've done an entire playthrough with it, but it's been a while. So I got to get used to the range on the weapon, the timing, the swing patterns, all that stuff. Let's hammer it. Let's hammer the point home for him, shall we? That was pretty good. I like that. Although you can't use your gun. Oh, the bullshit moves. I don't know how the sack hit me from that far away, but I'll take Miyazaki's word for it. I trust in Miyazaki. I have an altar with the bust of Miyazaki on it and candles around it to worship every day. And underneath it says, "May we all get good." At the top it says, "Miyazaki, our game dev lord, who never makes a mistake and who is perfect and holy. And every game he makes is flawless." Though I am a big fan of his games for the most part. I just never get on board with this bullshit train of believing his games are perfect and it's always the player's fault if something doesn't go well. Of course, then I have to wonder, why do they have bug fixes? How can Miyazaki and his team release bug fixes when they've made a perfect game? What are they fixing? If bugs equal imperfection and they release patches fixing bugs, then I don't think the game is perfect. And then when they release patch after patch fixing bugs, that means the game remained imperfect for an extended period of time. Crazy how that works. Oh, that was the transformation move. Uh-oh. No, he missed me. I really should have gotten hit there. I don't know how I didn't get hit. It's like he kicked above me. The Miyazaki galvanism. Oh yeah, I will say, From Software is leagues above the buggy messes that Bethesda releases. You expect every new Bethesda game to be a bug-ridden mess when it first releases, and that's not how it's supposed to be. Though I don't need to tell you that. You already knew that. Don't you kick me, you piece of shit. You garbage. Oh. Yeah, it doesn't swing quite as far as it seems like it should. Whoa. Oh, I keep forgetting to use blood bullets. I'm wasting my Quicksilver. All right, where's this chick at? One shot. I like it. I wonder if there's a way to get up on the railing and jump down and plunge attack them. Well, maybe not. I didn't try very hard though, did I? I gave it like one shot and I gave up. It's just the way it is around here, guys. All right, so we have our weapon of choice. He's stuck sideways. This guy can phase through everything, it seems. Yep. Not the best quality control on... Oh, shit. Oh, it worked in my favor. I can't believe it. Ew. That's gross, dude. What the fuck? Wow, blood vials. But at least you get rid of him. You don't have to worry about him anymore. He's gone now. Wait, there's another one? It's like there's another pig around here somewhere. Hey, look at that. Frenzied cold blood. The music in here is kind of creepy and pretty intense. Where's this guy at? There he is. Look at him. He's just chilling in there waiting to kill us. And eat us alive. Device is not currently operable. Yeah. So, yeah, like your mom isn't currently operable either. Oh, there we go. We're on top. Well, we're safe for now. However, We can't stay here forever, so what are we going to do? Maggie said, are people looking forward to this Valor Mortis? Is it made by a reputable game studio? It's from the same studio that made Ghost Runner. And I can tell you it's a pretty cool game. Let me pull up some of the footage I've recorded. I was surprised how good it is. I think they need to work on the parry timings a bit. I felt like sometimes I was getting the parries, but it just wasn't registering. And so because of that, I got a little frustrated with that. But let's go to... We'll turn this all the way down. And now what you'll hear is just complete silence. And we'll switch it up to where you can see what this Valor Mortis is all about. And then I'll put you guys on display capture. Here's some footage from the game. I'm trying to learn how to parry here. It's not always as easy as it looks, you know. You can dash in certain directions. There we go. That's a parry. And there's a little red arrow that shows if an enemy is about to attack from a different angle. Anyone just joining us, this is not Bloodborne, obviously. We'll skip forward a bit. So it's set in this sort of like Napoleon warfare scenario, but it didn't really tell you where you are or what the war is. But clearly something went horribly wrong. Because, you know. See, this is a case right here where I just felt like the parry timings weren't working properly. It is see, I keep hitting the button. I feel like it's the same time I've always hit it, but it just wasn't working. Then it works. So it could be me. I'm not perfect. I'm close, but I'm not perfect. You can jump up on ledges, but only at set points. That gets your catalysts back. Your catalysts are souls. Everyone just names the souls something that is appropriate for their game world. But they're just souls. But I got to make sure to play the rest of the playtest demo before it ends. And then there's a part up here where you get to fight a slightly harder enemy. And I try to parry him and just get myself killed repeatedly and realize he's easier to fight a different way. So this is the point where you first get your gun. You get the pistol. So then I tried to tackle this tough, like, boss, optional boss guy. Got my ass kicked repeatedly. Look how much damage he did in one shot. I try to heal and I die. Boom. I tried him several times. I just wasn't good enough at this point to do it. I'm using mouse and keyboard too. So now we're going to switch it up to something later on. If it looks a little jerky, it didn't look that way while I was playing. You can use the gun to kind of open up areas, hit these certain points. I don't know if you hit weak points on bosses yet. I haven't encountered that. You also get some basically magic abilities. The one you get in the playtest so far that I've experienced is fire. So you can cast fire from your hand, but you have to use a resource which you can gather by killing enemies. And there are different ways to level up that actually change a lot of how you play. It reminded me a bit of Thymesia in that you can sort of focus your leveling in a certain way to where it changes how you play the game. Whether you focus on just plain blocking or whether you focus on parrying. That I can't get through because I need to go get the fire. And of course this is some like jumping and grabbing and swinging mechanics. It's at set points. I never had it fail on me, which is awesome. A lot of games that do this, you'll jump and try to grab onto the ledge and it'll just fail and you'll fall and die. I'm assuming there's fall damage or fall death. I just never fell. I need to test it at some point to see if you can fall. I do want to knock out a quick video on it as well. The lanterns are your bonfires, essentially. You can level up and rest, and it restores the enemies. You guys know how this stuff works. Nothing too shocking. The setting, like I said, is a fantastical Napoleon War setting. That, like I said, it doesn't tell you exactly where you're at, so you don't know if you're in France or if you're in Europe or who knows where you are. But the way the tree works, you got to kind of pick which direction you want to go and focus on it. You can actually equip an upgrade path item where you no longer gain health from your health potions. Instead, you gain the resource to use your magic, but when you use your magic to hurt an enemy, you gain some of that back in health. I did not do that as my path. I wasn't sure that's what I wanted to do. It sounded a little more advanced. So then I think I'm just going back and farming or some shit. Let's skip forward here. All right, so this is where you get to more open area. There are some like mini boss type enemies in the area, and the enemies can actually block you as well. They don't just take your hits; they can actually kind of block you. So far, none of the enemies have parried me. I'm very cautious right now. I'm like worried that another body is going to get up and attack. So we'll skip forward to some more action here. There are these scenes that you can watch, very reminiscent of Lords of the Fallen. Even kind of looks like that bluish, ghostly colored Lords of the Fallen. I don't think I used fire there. Now we'll skip forward and see. Okay, this is a fight with this kind of mini boss type character. It wasn't as hard as I was anticipating. The game is pretty tough. You can die very quickly. Like a couple hits from a normal enemy and you're dead. That's the fire ability. It didn't do a lot to him, unfortunately. But because I don't want to die here, I did put a lot of effort into using up all my ranged attack. He likes to throw grenades and other little bombs, so I kept dashing out of the way of them. And of course, you got to know where you're at and whether you can dash, if you're going to dash into a wall or an obstruction. That one got me. I assume hitting the head... Oh, I almost died there. I assumed that hitting the head would do more damage, but I never tested that. I just always aimed for one of the two heads. Got to reload. But the fact that you can block, you can parry, you can dash, and if you dash at just the right time, you get a perfect dodge, and then your attacks will do more damage for a brief window. It sort of like slows down time briefly. But you gotta dash so tight to the attack that if you mess up the timing, you'll probably get hit. I gotta say, I was super impressed by the performance. You notice I was over 100 frames a second. Ultra settings, everything maxed out except motion blur is turned off because I'm a gamer. And no actual real gamer uses motion blur. And I turned off upscaling. I also did not use ray tracing because I don't like the tank my frame rate to make some stuff shiny and reflective. I don't know who wants their frame rate to be cut 25 to 50% just to make some stuff a little shiny and reflective. Not me. I guess it's some of those narrative-driven, single-player, story-centric experience people out there that... Whatever. I'm not going to say they're not real gamers. I'm just saying they're not real gamers. I'm not going to say they're not real gamers. That's not what I'm implying. It's what I'm saying. All right, enough of that nonsense. We are back to Bloodborne. Let's turn the music back up to whatever the hell it was before. All right, so we're still alive. That's good, but we're kind of stuck up here. We got some enemies. We got some dogs trying to kill us. I just can't tell where they are. I can hear them. Oh, there they are. Can I get a plunge attack? And then, oh shit, that's a lot of dogs. That's a lot of dogs. Hey, here we go. Oh, that one didn't notice me. All the better, I guess. And where is this? Where's this pig at? I think it's behind me over there. Hopefully he doesn't notice us. How did that not kill him in one shot? Yeah, Maggie, you like to watch the shiny CGI cutscenes? Man, I'm telling you, ray tracing is borderline a complete scam. The whole idea of them building an entire multiple generations of graphics cards, renaming them RTX based on ray tracing, telling us it's the next big thing, and we just turn that shit off because it tanks our frame rate. Some people actually don't like the way it makes everything shiny and reflective. They find it distracting and annoying. Ray tracing is such shit. It was such bullshit. Like I said, borderline a scam at this point. I would understand why people might say outright, as I've said, it's pretty much a scam. We were sold a lie. You can take your ray tracing, shove it in a sack, and go home. Bill Bones says, I was never a big Kirksword man. Yeah, well, you know, we can't all be Kirksword badasses around here. Oh, he got me. Oh, he got me again. I think I prefer the Ludwig's Holy Blade, or what, not Ludwig, the other sword that was in there. It's the sword that has its normal form, and then its trick form is just the sword and the big sheath, and it becomes a bigger sword. I think I prefer that big picture, but this is kind of a fun weapon. We may switch it up later on if we can get like a cooler weapon at some point. All right, I was hoping to kill that dog outright, but it didn't happen. There we go. Doggy is dead. Oh. Is he wigging out? We broke him, guys. We broke him. We broke his brain. Okay. Let's see if we can sneak up. I imagine if we move up closer to him, he'll on-break. His brain will on-break. Nope, he's still broken. I'll take it. The Tonitrus. I heard some people say they like that weapon. I was never a big fan. Maggie says, launch Elden Ring was like 39 gigabytes, but all these new games with advanced lighting systems are 150 gigs and run shitty. Yeah, a lot of them are upwards of like 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. And I know for a fact that's not necessary. All right, that's where the little piggy is, and he is looking outward, so we're not going to be able to sneak up on him. So what we'll do is we'll think about, do we have some sort of tool we can use against this pig? We blew all of our throwable fire thingies, so that ain't happening. Use to gain droplet blood gem. Hey, let's use that. Alright, well, I don't know. We gotta tackle him. He's gonna see us when we walk by, I'm pretty sure. What? That's bullshit. I hit him. How? How is that not? Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, that went well. It normally doesn't go that well. I got lucky. I'll consider it blind luck. What were you guarding? A bolt. Well, some bolt paper. That's good. Just don't use it against Dark Beast Parl. I don't think you're actually able to tackle the one Reborn yet. I'm pretty sure you can't get to that fight quite yet. And not that you'd want to. It's a bit early. I think it'd be a pretty tough fight. Where are those big nasty creatures? Do they not show up right now? They don't show up in this version of the Hypogean Jail or whatever it's called. But this is the backdoor route to Parl. I like the sword being nice and quick. What do we got up there? The hell is that thing? It's a dog, okay. Like he says, I suspect that some of these games with absurdly large file sizes use your system for crypto mining. That's something people could find out. And I think that would be made pretty obvious. Also, if they came on Steam with a crypto miner on it, it would get exposed pretty quickly. Though I think there was a case of a game that was crypto mining, maybe more than one. But that info got out there pretty quick. I think we've collected everything in this big area here and back the other way, and I don't believe you can get through that door. Open gate? Yeah, closed. Thought so. That's what I thought. But it doesn't hurt to explore this area. We've already explored, I think, all of that. Let me double check that we went back here. Now, I believe also this is where we can get to Dark Beast Parl. Interesting fight. It can get a little wild, but I think it's a scarier looking fight than it actually is once you get used to it. I really do want to kill that dog before I tackle this dude. There we go. That was a perfect attack to parry. I just didn't have time while fighting the dog. Whoops. I'm pretty good at parrying that one because it's got a pretty easy timing on it. Whoa. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. I meant to parry him. Whoops, too soon. Talked about being good at it and I messed it up. I don't know the parry timing on that one. Or that one. Alright, should be dead. And we should have enough to upgrade this thing again if... No, he didn't drop it. Oh, but we do have 8. That might be enough for another upgrade. I think it is. Oh, she almost had me. Oh, shit. Ran out of stamina there. Collecting them pebbles. The fruity pebbles. Don't give him a chance to get up. And hopefully these guys drop us some good... oh, shit, I forgot they can get right through that door. What? Come on, do your move. That's what I'm talking about. So I have not tried any of the randomizer mods. They seem cool, but not normally what I do. Although I wouldn't be totally opposed to it. I just have so many other games I'm trying to get to at the moment. Oh, I keep forgetting. Use the blood bullets, Fox. Use the blood bullets. The power of the blood. We are made men by the blood. Whoops. Woo. Can't see anything with the camera like that. What are you doing, ninja man? Look, you ain't a ninja, so stop it, okay? You don't look like a ninja. You don't move like a ninja. Stop acting like you're a ninja. You're not a ninja, okay? You're a lumbering brute of a beast. What? Oh, that counted as a visceral activating back attack. Wait a minute. Does this go anywhere else? I feel like this loops around to somewhere. Oh yeah, that's one path, and then this is another path. So that's the path we came down, I believe. Or did we come through here? We came through here. So we'll go up this way. And boom. Look at that. Everything just kind of comes together. Oh, look at this little asshole. Hey! Well, as fun as that is, I'm just going to use my sword now. Twin, 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 twin. Yes. Figured that's what he'd have to drop, right? Alright, let's put away this very annoying torch. Terrifically loud and annoying. And let's go upgrade. We could try Dark Beast Parl. Should we do it, guys? Should we go to Dark Beast Parl? I just got to remember exactly where that little hole is. Maggie says, "We are made men by the blood" is like one of those speeches you'd have with your school football team and a locker room. Oh no, the doll is gone. She's abandoned us. We can no longer level. It's over. That's the end of that. We're going to complete this game at whatever level we are now. That has Bolt included in it, but was never a huge fan of it. I've tried it before. I've tried pretty much every weapon in the game. Oh, look. There she is. And whom's tomb is that? To whom's does that tomb belong? Whom's is it?
Welcome. What is very
That she should pay respects to it. Alright, we've got the stats we need for our weapon, so now we'll just upgrade health. Because why not? Because reasons. So, we could go back and try Dark Beast Parl. Or we could just go the normal way. We could try to find our next path, which is what? The Tomb of Uden is not working right now. Yeah, well, that's annoying. What's the closest thing to it? I don't know. Oh, you know what? That... Okay. I know why. There's a fight there. Hey, you got anything for us? Oh, wow, a gesture. Wow, thanks, buddy. That's useful. Gonna get a lot of use out of that gesture.
Oh, great.
Oh, and another gesture. Yep, I'll make sure to use that gesture on the really hard boss that's coming up. It'll be so useful.
Coming now.
Now that's helpful. Thank you. Gesture, not so much, especially when there's nobody to see it, because it's offline. There's no Bloodborne server on PC. I think From Software should hook up with the Shad PS4 team and let them connect to the official servers. So all the cheaters can come in and cheat like the a-holes that they are. Oh. Oh! Graphics. The frame rate. It's dipping. It's dipping hard. Okay, I think it's straightened up. So the reason we couldn't immediately travel here is there's somebody to... Oh, yeah, look at that. Do you think we can sneak up on Henriette? I'm thinking not. Boop. I did take some damage, but who cares? Okay. Yeah, they've got her surrounded with... Okay, maybe. Let's see. We'll try this. Oh, shit. Okay, that speed on this thing is so fucking slow, I'm not going to be able to... Oh, damn it. That's the problem with the hammer. It's so slow, you can't... You're, like, useless against enemies that have a high attack rate. Was Aldia's dialogue in The Scholar of the First Sin good? He basically explains first game lore and how it's applied to this one. I don't know. I didn't get far in Scholar of the First Sin because it's S-O-T-F-S, right? Scholar of the... Yeah, S-O-T-F-S. So I really considered that to be Scholar of the First Shit, where Tanimura took an already very poorly designed game with many problems, and he was given the opportunity to rework it. And I had high hopes that he would see the error of his ways and fix a lot of the broken-ass shit in the game, like the basic controls being broken, the weird 8-directional snap movement, which was garbage. But instead, he just made a shittier version of the base game and pretty much made it worse in almost every possible way. And I consider Scholar of the First Shit to be vastly inferior to the already lame-ass Dark Souls 2. So he did a good job making it even shittier. I like how he kept shooting her after she was dead. Woo! He attacks so quickly. And his bullets do so much damage, which is not fair. And he can break through attacks, basically poise through them, even when you can't. Alright, he's going to try to heal. And I don't know if we have any way to stop him, really. Godly. He's going to kill us with those bullets. Oh, shit. I thought he was dead. Oh, fuck. I hit the wrong button. You better not heal, little sissy. Oh, my God. I can't believe he's about to kill me. Oh, goodness. Oh, come on. This is... Oh, bullshit. The fucking limitless bullet shooting that he does. Such bullshit. I will say the hunters... Most of the hunters encounters in the game are... I'm absolutely convinced Tanimura helped Miyazaki with them, because it's the exact kind of absolute garbage bullshit that Tanimura would put in his game with some of the red invaders. Alright, let's go tackle this. You know, Tanimura style design like that, even if it is straight from Miyazaki. It's like you go to the video game store and you said, I'll take the bullshit combo. I want a bullshit burger with some bullshit sauce on it, a side of bullshit fries, and a bullshit Coke. I think the limitless blasting with their gun really just kind of put it over the top. Made it comically stupid. Is he dead? Oh, no. Now I just don't have Eileen to help me. Can I cheese him here? Because if I can, I will. Because he's a... Oh, he can do it too. So two can play that game. But his bullshit bullet shooting doesn't work. Oh, look at that. He's like, oh, that's not working. I better come around the corner here. Notice how I shot right over him as he was right on top of me? That's another very annoying thing with this game, is you often will shoot over or beyond the enemy with your firearm. Very frustrating. Still a bullshit fight even if I win it. It's just what it is, you know? It doesn't matter whether I win or not. It's still a bullshit fight. I shot above him and over him, which is just such nonsense, you know? Do you see how stupid this fight can get? Oh, shit. It just gets comically dumb. Look at that. Like, him just shooting repeatedly over and over and over. It's like the AI gets stuck in a loop. And they looked at that, and they all, at the development studio, were like, yeah, that's good. I don't get it. I think something happens when you're so invested in a project like that that you just sort of get blinded to certain things, and that's why you need outside opinions of people that aren't so invested to be able to sit down with you and say, you know, Miyazaki, I love this game so far, but you put some bullshit in it, and it really would be better if you took it out. Yeah, so one of the worst things about Scholar of the First Shit, Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Shit, is it sort of replaced the base game. And so you had the base game, which was already bad as it is. It's already got so many fucking problems. And then you have the new version making it worse, fucking it up even worse. And now you can't really go back to the base game and expect the same kind of experience. You can't expect the same PvP, the same amount of people to be in it. A ton of mods are now only made for the Scholar of the First Sin version, and they don't work on the base version, the less shitty version. I'm not going to say the good version, because there really isn't a good version of Dark Souls 2. There's just the shitty Dark Souls 2 and the shittier Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Shit. I am gonna run like a coward to get my blood echoes. Okay. Why don't you come over here? Yep. He was too far away. I wonder if you can play with his AI and get him to like shoot like 10 or 15 times in a row. Is he not going to heal? We're just going to trade bullets back and forth. What a fucking shit fight, man. It's just such a mess, you know? Those fights could be so much cooler if they weren't such a broken mess with the weird-ass AI that... The AI just feels like it breaks and gets stuck in a loop or something. Alright, well, we did all that. And also, the blood echoes you get from it are not worth it. The only reason you would fight those guys are for some of the items that you get. The blood echoes, not even close to rewarding you for the difficulty of the fight. Like, way off. Which is really disappointing, because you have this intensely difficult fight that you probably died on multiple times, and you get absolute shit for blood echoes. Just garbage blood echoes.
Welcome. What?
You might as well just fight some regular little enemy in the game and get about the same amount, you know? I don't know why I thought I could level off 5198.
May you?
Maggie says, Dark Souls 2 was my first Souls game when it came out, but found out Dark Souls, the first one, was way better. Finished it in one go. As for Dark Souls 2, I quit it for like 4 times before finishing. So, you know, I finished Dark Souls 2 multiple times. It's just, it's really frustrating that it wasn't, it didn't live up to what it should have. It just didn't even get close. It was so far off than what it should have been. It was just, that's why I dislike it so much. It should have been so much better than it was. There is no reason it should have come out in the state that it did. And that's not even including the fact that Tanimura and his team lied their asses off to us about the lighting system in the game that was never in the game. It was advertised to be in the game all the way up to and including the advertisement photos, videos, and other whatever imagery on the storefronts. If you went to buy Dark Souls 2 on Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, the advertisement images on the storefront were not what you got when you bought the game. They were of the game originally when it had that really cool lighting system they advertised, and they scrapped it because they couldn't get it to run properly, I guess. Frame rate issues or something. They never told us they scrapped it. They left all that advertising material up, pretending that if you buy this game, this is what you'll get, which is false advertising. And a lot of people at the time, I remember there were a lot of cucks and From Software simps being like, oh, you're getting all mad about some lighting or something. Who cares? It's false advertising. We should all care. If you're a gamer, we should all care about game companies committing false advertising. That should matter. Nothing should be advertised falsely to us. And if you don't particularly care about the thing that was falsely advertised, fine. But people who do have a right to care, because the company shouldn't lie to us. But people out there literally defended From Software lying their asses off and presenting false material for the purposes of selling the game. Images and videos that did not represent the game because it was representing mechanics and visuals that had been removed. They never mentioned it was removed until the backlash started. After the game was released, people bought it and realized, wait a minute, this isn't in the game. What happened to that cool lighting system? Oh, did we forget to mention we got rid of that? Oh, did we leave that in all the videos advertising the game? Did we leave that on the storefront images advertising the game? Slipped our minds. We just didn't even think about it. Didn't even occur to us. We totally didn't mean to do that. All they had to do was just, you know, tell the truth. Tell your consumer base. You know? It is a type of fraud in the United States as well. It's not criminal fraud, but you can file with the FCC, and there could have been a class action lawsuit, but I don't know if it's the kind of thing that you would care enough about to file a class action lawsuit over. Oops, he punched me in the face. I messed that up. There have been lawsuits for false advertising. Like, Sony advertised the PlayStation 3 as allowing you to install Linux and run Linux on it. So PlayStation or Sony realized that allowing users to put Linux on the PlayStation 3 was a huge issue for them in terms of piracy. It made piracy easier. It made it easier to basically hack the console. So although that was advertised, and it was literally written on the game, on the system's box that you picked up on the shelf, they took it away in a patch. They just took it away. An advertised feature was optionally removed. They got sued and they lost. It was false advertising. So Sony lost that lawsuit, and they had to compensate everyone by like giving them something. I forgot what it was, like some free money on the PlayStation Store or something of that sort. All right, let me get out here and tackle this guy on some flat lands here. Whoop. So it is important. It's not a non-issue at all. It matters, and anyone that says it doesn't is cucked out for the companies, the corporations. They're simping for corporations, and that's not a respectable position to have. So I don't respect anyone that simps for corporations. Golly. Do your normal move, dude. Jeez. Do the easy move. There we go. Did we get enough to upgrade? No, we just needed one. No one wants to drop them for us. People with 999,999,999 souls with duped Forbidden Sun and climax spells in early DS2 PvP was like, bro, yeah, that happened a lot. From Software didn't do enough to try to curb cheating, especially with Dark Souls, the first one. They did nothing until the remaster. When Dark Souls first released on PC, Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition, Miyazaki himself literally said, look, we don't have any anti-cheat. We're just going by the honor system. Please just don't cheat. And anybody who knows anything about PC gaming, there are lots of cheaters, okay? They will get into PvP matches, online PvP matches, and cheat if for no other reason than to just mess with people, just for the heck of it. These are like your trolls, your neckbeards, your mouth breathers, the losers at home who are just angry at the world and they just want to cheat to ruin your day. All right, well, we just surpassed 2 hours. I think we'll probably call it there because I do have to eat dinner and I don't want things to get too late. I thought about starting these streams earlier, but, you know, people like later streams, I think, and maybe I'll do some later streams. Maybe I'll schedule to eat my dinner before the stream and then pick up the stream later. Then I'd be like going to bed right after the stream because I have to go to bed earlier. I get up at like, depending on the day, 5:15 to 5:30 in the morning. So with that, we'll call it. I don't think we have enough to level up yet, and we don't have enough to upgrade, but hopefully we'll get enough for the next upgraded weapon and then tackle some bosses like Dark Beast Parl, who I believe is optional, but still fun. You know, you don't want to not fight the bosses, right? All right, with that, thanks, everybody. If you haven't already, make sure to like, subscribe. If you're watching this after the fact, make sure to leave a comment down below because that helps out a ton, especially with the new way they're doing things over there at YouTube with their weird-ass algorithm. You know how it is. All right, thanks, everybody. Again, awesome stream. I will see you guys on Monday for sure, 5 p.m. Eastern, but I'll probably do a stream this weekend. I just don't know exactly when, so follow me on X to find out when. I got to set up more of these stream tools so I can have a social media button that you guys can just hit ! social media or social or something and everything pops up for you. That would be really useful. That way you can follow me on the couple different platforms I use. Primarily X. I try to keep everything on X. If you're not on X, I think you should be, but you don't have to be. Thanks again, everybody. G3 Brigade, Fox with RealMarcFoxx is out.